Here we are on the Euro Yen 15-minute time frame. It's a trade I've just got in and it's a double bottom. Now this double bottom, we actually have two levels of structure it's merging at. We've got the trend line structure, which is the main structure for me in this instance, and we have a very small amount of normal structure. And it does also come in at the 130 flat. We have a huge amount of divergence here, but what I've actually done is just wait for a bit more confirmation because the horizontal structure wasn't quite as good as I would have liked, and so I've just waited a few 15-minute candles just to make sure that we've held and we didn't break straight through to the downside. So I'm involved in this trade, 21 pips of risk, 53 pips of reward. Let's go ahead and remove the orders and do our higher time frame analysis and just take a good look at the market. So you can see here that this morning we've been seeing quite a big rally to the downside. If we drop to the 240, you can see that we have quite a big bearish candle here. And what I'm just going to do is put on this trend line and also this trend line here. Now what you can see here then is that we've respected this above. I was actually going to look at shorting this market up here, but it didn't give me an entry reason. And what we've actually done then is we've respected down here and we've just come down again to this particular level. Price at the moment is trading at 130 flat. So if I put a structure level on here at that 130 flat, just there, it's actually just a little bit lower, you can see that we've almost come into that zone there. If we look a little bit further left, you can see that we've got, I would say this is more of a reaction more than a major major counter trend move at this area just here as well. And so you can see that it isn't a fantastic place to look for a double bottom, but we do also have that trend line structure and we have come into the 130 flat. And if we drop down the time zones, you'll be able to see the RSI confirmation as well. So here we actually went over, sold at just short of 11. And if we drop down to the 15-minute time frame, which is where the double bottom is, you'll be able to see the RSI confirmation on the time frame that we wanted to look for the double bottom. So here we can see we've got a beautiful run lower. Market came up, double bottomed. We went oversold at 3.2, and we've got amazing divergence there. So on its own, the normal structure wasn't enough, but because we've got trend line structure, we've had a beautiful rally down. We've got fantastic RSI confirmation here. We've got a great risk to reward. If I just bring on these orders again, you'll now be able to see that I'm playing for targets for a retest of this structure level here. So that is the trade. We're in it. We'll come back and hopefully see this thing rally on up to targets. And we're back for an update on this trade. What I need to do is, yeah, it looks like I've missed it. I actually exited the trade a little bit early, so I've taken a loss of 14 pips instead of the full 21 here, because what actually happened is this turned into a low and tight flag, and it was looking like we were getting the breakout. So what I did was exit the trade, and then I actually sold the trade. As you can see, I've actually entered in before you can see that we hit stop. So yeah, it was, didn't realize it was going to be a low and tight flag, but as we failed to put in a new high up here, we broke to the downside, and we were putting in lower highs and a lower time frame here. This was more like a low and tight flag. What also changed my mind on this was if we go to the 240, and it's just gone 2 o'clock, so we've just had the 4-hourly candle close, you can actually see just here that we had a not a lower close, but we had a big 4 hourly rejection candle. So this is just indicating to me that we could just see price drop here, just like we did on the last 4 hourly candle. So there we go, losing trade for I think it was 12 pips in the end, but I've shorted this now, playing for 129 flat. We'll see what happens.